Hello, and welcome to the third open rehearsal and final community engagement event for SummerFest 2020. My name is Allison Bowles, and I'm the Education and Community Programming Manager for La Jolla Music Society. We're live here at the Baker-Baum Concert Hall at the Conrad with SummerFest Music Director Inon Barnatan, violinist Tessa Lark, Yura, who will be featured on viola, and cellist Clive Greensmith. They are mic'd up today, so hopefully we'll have some better audio and you'll be able to hear their conversation during the rehearsal. They will be playing Suk's piano quartet in A minor, which the composer wrote in 1891. He was just 17 and finishing his studies with Dvorak at Prague Conservatory. And he was actually a favorite student, and Dvorak let him marry his oldest daughter. The rehearsal period will last for roughly 40 minutes, followed by a question-answer session. You'll be able to participate from home in two different ways. You can either sign into YouTube and ask a question or comment, make a comment in the chat function, or if you don't want to create an account, or if you want it to remain private, you can email me directly at questions@ljms.org. You'll find that email address in the video description. Please enjoy.
Oh, let me.
We should tune for you.
Yes. Mute my phone.
You scanned it? Oh, okay. Isn't it the same as the IMS? It's not? No. Oh, I thought that was a praha. A praha. Praha. Right.
Sorry.
Needs it, right?
All that
Nice.
17-year-old energy.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of teenage angst there. It's so beautiful, though.
It's a great piece.
Yeah.
So, I was going to actually wonder, when we have, where is it? The kind of bridge at 30. So we have,
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful what you're doing, Clive, what we were doing afterwards, but I wonder if it's too important and too balanced. I think we can kind of be more of a bridge.
Okay.
You know, like a. Sorry.
More innocent.
maybe less. Is it possible to do less of like less staccato somehow? Yeah, so kind of more,
Yeah, got it. Yeah, more lyrical. Good. Yeah.
As a contrast and kind of getting us prepared for the more lyrical.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Do you think this demand is like not a da 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 dying away and then another melody, but should we go into so that we leave him with something to take? Maybe we can split the difference because I don't.
Both, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of.
It's a beginning and an ending and a beginning.
But maybe we could do a little more of this. Can we try that one more time?
Same place.
Gilding the lily here. It's just black or red. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's nice.
I thought I maybe did too much.
Beautiful.
Any
piece we should gild lilies is this one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gild that lily.
As much buffing it up until
Shall we do more? We're not really doing any of the dot, you know. We're pretty much.
I did it the first time. I tried not this time, but maybe we can start. And from there we could 49. The last two also down bow, yeah, and maybe a little taper.
I wasn't prepared.
Don't worry. Do you want to do my thing again?
Sure.
That was a great rubato.
Well, we're all listening. That was a one-time deal, guys.
We caught you. We're right there with you, girl.
I think we added another 10 years to his life. It was sort of the pacing of an older man.
Yes.
More philosophical.
I love how, everything is extreme. Like, it's not, I'm in pianissimo. But I think we can take it with a little bit of a grain of salt and the kind of the how soft this is.
I mean, the A flat major was too soft for me. So could you give it the chord?
Maybe we shouldn't Brit here?
Did I still do it?
Actually technical time into 98.
Sure.
Is it on?
I just have
sense.
a bunch of
Maybe we can grade this so that
It's a
3
little
times.
bit blanket loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to think of the future a little bit more.
Maybe we can kind of.
Makes sense.
Does those 6 bars sound like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. There is a little John Williams in there.
yeah, more of your left hand.
Yes,
I mean, don't play more of it, but
Yes.
like that feeling.
like Stormy Seas.
I swear, it's those same harmonies from that scene where he takes the ET in the bicycle and goes to the sky. Because they're going to take him away. Do you remember that scene?
Oh, of course.
Isn't that in major?
It's
though?
iconic.
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I'm going to look it up for you after.
Okay.
Do you want to go from your...
Yeah, my one.
Yeah, the C minor one.
Yeah. I feel like we need to prepare it for you a little bit more. Otherwise, it sounds like you're sort of coming out of nowhere.
This thing?
Yeah, I think
I got too sweet beforehand. I think that was the problem. This needs to be simpler, I think. Because then it's, I don't know.
Well, I think it's just that the crescendo has to be quicker, the bar before. Otherwise, it just seems unrelated. It's my responsibility. Can we do from 119? Sorry.
Right.
My piano broke. Sorry.
But
It's a question about the Largamente. Should we just do the whole thing as he writes Largamente, or should I start a little bit less and then get bigger? So is it? What is it? Or is it like?
I would go for that. I don't know.
Second one, so all of it slower, but without slowing down?
I guess that's what I would do if I see a Largamente.
Right.
Immediately broad.
Yeah, I wonder.
So maybe we should do a little more, but then not do so much of a writ at the end.
Maybe less, yes.
Okay.
Can we do two bars before the Largamente?
Yeah. Do you prefer doing that down bow? You need to.
For me, digging into the G string is better on a down bow. Is that good for you?
That's fine.
I do a retake.
Is it okay to do the fancy up bow after that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I wrote that in.
If you notice, this time there's a rest and then
Yes, I
you know,
was
Tessa's
just
supposed to.
Yeah.
Wait, the rest where?
The 173, the first time, 64. It's a chord.
How urtext of you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it rests both times probably. Right. Take a load off.
Four
right.
before the
Four?
downwards in question. Dum, bum, bum, bum.
Or before that? Yeah, the pedal note.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we shape these chords. It's probably what made Dvorak so happy. You ever played the
like
string sextet? It takes
20
three lines to finish a tonic dominant. Yeah, we should shape them a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
I like that marking. 4 fortissimi, and then 2.
I don't. Maybe just take time on the last chord rather than so. I mean, still only first movement rather than.
Yeah, than the end of the whole concert.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think the two final somehow.
But he was 17.
I know,
I give him all the.
but we're not.
This note, we feel a little static, especially for. So maybe we can.
Keep it alive.
Speed.
Anything in the very beginning that felt nice.
Are we
Right?
in tune? The Let's not go there.
Okay.
Do you want to check
Maybe,
it? Later
maybe not on
We'll
the
do it
live
later.
broadcast.
Do you want to try some of the second movement?
Okay.
It comes back, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to. Beautiful. Is it okay that I'm trying to iron out a little bit of the bluster, so that so less, so not so short on the 30-second notes, so it doesn't sound so militant. But I like what we did at the Appassionata. Though it's not. But really kind of horizontal. So let me talk about John Williams. This is really
this is one of the most
like luminous stuff like that. But I just all this stuff. It's all kind of. I wonder how much he was influenced by this type of stuff, but.
Korngold, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, Korngold by this, and then him by Korngold. Yeah. What was I going to say?
Yeah, I love that wash of. Maybe there's some places to sort of just clean the air a little bit, like 68, right before that moment, which is the ba-da-dum.
Yeah.
Like maybe that is a little moment. Yeah. So it's not a huge wash.
And I'm wondering actually if Yura and Clive, you guys can be more there.
Sure. Yes.
Because kind of, maybe it's because I'm playing too much, but all I hear is. Ba-bum. Yeah. Can we do from? Maybe, what do you think? 53? Is that good?
Sorry, just play the bar, would you? I don't know bar numbers.
Sorry, that's Yura going.
Oh, it's the key change. That's fine.
I was too soon.
Long. sorry. Can we do it from there? Sorry, for some reason we're not together. There. From the 103, that's your first bit.
Yep.
Sorry, not your first bit. Your
The penicism.
yeah, penicism.
Okay, great.
Half-timing the last. Oh,
Just for.
for conclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. You're like, I most certainly am.
I sure am.
Yeah.
I will do the full length in the concert, just to save you some bow. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to place the 90 so much. I know it's no writ, so I'll do less. But
Oh, that's all right.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice arrival.
okay, I'll do it again.
I might need a little more room for, in terms of volume in 76 when I have all those thirds.
Okay, we'll come down a little bit more.
Yeah, I know there's no
No,
marking down, but
you should come up.
they're
I'll
just,
remind myself.
all I see on that page is fortissimos. So,
How's the tempo? Is it too slow or is it good for you?
I think it's good.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Feels-
it's
feels comfortable.
nice.
Yeah, you sound
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's nice.
Might be time for Q&A now, or?
Is it time? I see somebody. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. It was beautiful. Really beautiful. And it was so nice having you guys mic'd up. I was listening backstage and could hear what you were saying, and it's just,
Backfire.
it could, but it didn't today. But I did hear you mention teenage angst, and, you know, in addition to this being such a beautiful piece, can you tell when a piece is written by a young composer versus a more established composer, and does that change how you approach it?
It depends. I mean, you can't if it's Mendelssohn.
Or Schubert.
I mean,
necessarily.
or
For a lot of his.
even Schubert, you can tell if it's it's
Well, he was
some of
always
his.
young, though.
That's true. No, like teenager.
Uh-huh.
I think there are very few composers that write with full maturity in teenage years. I think can't think of many more except Mendelssohn and possibly Mozart, but not even Mozart. Mozart really didn't arrive at his full maturity until he was in his 20s. I mean, who am I to say what his full maturity is? But you know, like the pieces that we consider his great early pieces, like the early the Ninth Piano Concerto, he was 21, whereas Mendelssohn was, you know, a zygote when he wrote his first great piece. Yeah. The thing about this type of piece and a lot of teenage pieces is that they tend to just be hard on sleeve, and you know, everything is extreme. You know, when he wants something loud, it's always like fortissimo, like it's the loudest. When he wants something soft, it's the softest. It's this kind of, and that's kind of, you, in some ways, you always have to, as a performer, you have to decide: do you go full throttle with it? Do you kind of submit to this extreme And there is something kind of addictive about this like youthfulness. Or do you try to iron out some of those things so it sounds less extreme and more, I don't know, more mature, more in balance with itself and that type of thing. So it's always this decision of how big do you go or how small do you go, or whether you try to.
I've almost, I think, experienced that with quartets too, string quartets. Young groups often play more extreme, even on the same markings, whereas more established groups have a bit more refinement maybe, or just approach it differently.
A good piece to look at on this very topic is the Brahms B major piano trio, because the first version was written when he was a very young man, and it gushes, and when he revised the piece in later life, in fact, Hanley publishes both versions. He was very careful to edit it so that it didn't sprawl as much. It's more concise, the final version.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I think it's one of the things that I think we all learn and the most important lesson when you get older is what not to do.
Yeah.
Not what to do, because as young people we always learn what to do and what you want to do to the piece and what you want to, and then as you get older you kind of go, you edit out, and I remember seeing some amazing conductors who in the orchestra is doing this big crescendo and everybody's getting worked out, and suddenly the conductor just almost stops conducting because he knows if he or she inflames it even more, it becomes the same. But actually, just they know what not to do at that moment, which is to it's already there. So I think for composing, it's the same. I mean, you know when something speaks, and you don't have to do something to it, and the same as a performer.
Yeah, that makes sense. With this piece, do you find any influence from Dvorak?
Yes.
I mean, even what we're speaking to with the extreme dynamics you see
very
that
much.
a lot in Dvorak's music. I'm looking right now at a quadruple forte, which you don't come across very often, but there are a bunch of textures, harmonies, even at the very end of this movement. I just think our little line,
Totally.
all these things, and it's just so incredible. And we said, right, this is the piece that Dvorak saw. Is that right? And he decided, this Suk is going to be a really great composer. So I almost feel like Suk was idolizing Dvorak at the time, and there's tons of Dvorak influence.
Yeah, for me, I mean, harmonically, like all this, so Dvorak, that harmony and that kind of, and there's so many examples of that. And
Yeah, it's great.
Yura, it looked like you had something to add.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the rhythmic, the folk elements too, and also in a way, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? In this case, it's very hard for composition students to be not being influenced by the teacher first, and then edit out what they want, and then find their own voice. So it's definitely, I mean, the music history is a lineage of sorts, right? So definitely, it's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
that Brahms, who was one of the people that helped Dvorak, propelled Dvorak into fame because he was such a fan of Dvorak's, and he awarded him a prize when he was a judge in the competitions. And Brahms was also eventually a fan of Suk's and tried to help him get published, and so I
That's
think
fascinating.
They all shared kind of a mutual respect for each other, and you can see even at this age that Suk has with all the caveats, and it's such a strong piece, and he has such a gift for melody and that was one of the things that I wanted to put this piece in the festival because just as first of all, I think that it's a piece that's less known. It's never been done in the festival here. And it's such a fascinating piece in so many ways, but it's also an example of something that's a little different from what we're something that's fully formed. There's something so addictive about that energy of this piece that I just absolutely love.
That's really wonderful. Have all of you played together before in the past?
Yesterday.
Aside from the festival.
Yeah, from here, I've known Inon the longest. I've known him for 20 years, but I really believe this is the first time we've played together.
Yeah, you said that the other day. I was so surprised.
Yeah, because we've known each other for some.
That is shocking.
But Tessa and I were in Ravinia. Is that where I met you, right? That was 2007. So we've played together since then. Clive and I've been very lucky to also be playing with Clive very regularly. We have like a summer festival circuit where like basically it's kind of funny, especially last year. We just had like this group of like 10 people, and then they went from one festival to another practically, and Clive and I were one of those traveling artists basically, and now we live in the same city and we teach in the same city. So
It's so funny. Usually at this point for all of us, you go to any festival, and even if you haven't played with somebody in the group, you've at least played with one or two people in the group. And if you, like in this case, you're the only one that I hadn't played with yet when I got here, but it's like I know you through all of my other friends, and there's just this energy that kind of, it's like a musical family that kind of passes through all of us, and like it's as if we've played together.
But it gets smaller and smaller, don't you think?
Yeah.
As time goes by, because people find other modes of living, or I guess with pandemic, anything is possible. But at least until now, if people start having families and they want to travel less, so you see them less, things like that happen. So the able-bodied people becomes less and less as time goes by, I think.
Yeah. So I know there aren't very many festivals happening this summer, but what's up next for everybody? Are you heading home? Do you have what's your next engagement, I guess?
2-week quarantine for me. In New York City, yeah.
I just had an interview this morning for a next concert, which is in 2021. Everything else has been canceled, literally every single thing. Not even virtual. So this is it for me from quarantine. It's like quarantine, La Jolla, and then 2021.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually devastating when you think about it. So the only thing you can do about it is laugh, because there's really no way to soften the blow in any way.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough situation for a lot of musicians. I mean, we did start this. That's why La Jolla, we started this Artists Cares program, so that even the people that were supposed to be here in the festival this year, we couldn't invite. We had to disinvite all these people, but we started this fund called the La Jolla Cares, which people can give to them, and we can pay the musicians at least a portion of what they would have received if they had come.
Right.
Because I think it's important that we all keep each other afloat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Clive? What's your...
Well, I'll start teaching on Tuesday next week. There are a few virtual performances that are still going to happen. I was actually asked to do something yesterday in Europe, but I'm not sure whether to go. But
would it mean quarantining?
It probably would. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like everybody else. I just watched everything over the last couple of months. It was almost every day something else would get cancelled, and we'll get back. But it's going to be another year of sitting at home. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, things are changing fast. I mean, I know that there's some orchestra. For example, my next thing is here in San Diego with the orchestra, because in San Diego there are several organizations like La Jolla Music Society and like the symphony that have advantages that a lot of other people don't. Here, for example, the symphony has an outdoor venue that they're building, and also you can be outdoors in San Diego all year round.
Yes, we love it.
So yeah, and of course here in the La Jolla Music Society we have this hall, which is such a huge asset, and we're able to be a little more flexible and put on things if and when and however, in whatever capacity, and a lot of arts organizations can't do that. So yeah, I think I'm hoping that even the things that get canceled, and some orchestras canceled their entire seasons, but I think my hope is that as things change, we'll be able to start reintroducing things. Because it's easier to reintroduce something than to keep postponing and saying, oh, we might do this, because at some point you have to give people an answer. Are you invited, are you not invited? So I think even if we think that everything has been canceled, my hope is that not everything is lost for this season. So
Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
Us too. Hopefully everything comes back as quickly as it went away. And
Well, and at the moment, the great thing about being here and doing this festival is that we can start playing and forget all about it. Yeah. As soon as we play that first note of any of these pieces, all of that goes away, and we're back, and we're making music together, and it's really it's such a balm for all of us.
absolutely. And I know it's doing that for our audience too. So thank you all for showing us this process and letting us peek in on the rehearsal. Everyone at home, thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to especially thank our operations team and our marketing team for their support as we do these activities, and in particular, Brian Douglas and Ben Moss, who have been controlling the video and audio and doing such a fabulous job. So enjoy our final 2 concerts of the festival, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much.